Hey you. Yeah, you. What do you think of when I tell you about a game where you can do anything? A game where the only limit is your imagination. You might say, well gee, that sounds like it would be Minecraft. But that's wrong, it's this. Now if you're confused on what you just saw, then I don't blame you, because this game hasn't gotten the attention it deserves. This is a great game that needs more people playing it, because there is so much to do. For example, you can build a car, build a robot, build a gun, build a base, build a rocket, build a plane, build a car that transforms into a plane, build a car that transforms into a rocket. You can build a car. Yeah, when you first start the game, assuming you know what these do, your first creation will most likely be a car. Oh, but how do you make a car, you ask? Place a lift and some blocks, now a seat, some bearings, some front wheels and back wheels. Connect an engine to your seat, connect your seat to your front bearings for steering, then connect your engine to your wheels.
Man, I'm finna whip this hoe.
Easy, right? This kind of thing might seem a little overwhelming at first, but trust me, you get it pretty quick. And it feels pretty great to drive a car you made yourself. Most of everything you make in this game is usually built off the general concept of your first car, which makes the learning curve not that bad. Now, Scrap Mechanic was made by a small indie studio known as Axolot Games. They only have about 10 people on their team, which is why updates are typically slow. Especially with Raft now becoming their main priority, their attention is very much split. This is why after a whole 4 years, they only got one major update out. Thing is, people have been talking about a planned survival update since the creation of the game pretty much, so it was pretty surprising to see this giant revamp along with survival mode after 4 years. Something about survival mode I want to mention real fast is the fact they gave the game lore. Now it certainly isn't that deep, but it is there, and I do think it is worth mentioning. Basically, there's a farming planet with lots of robots that do the farming, yeah, you get it. But the farming robots went bad, so you were sent from your home planet all the way to the farming planet to deal with the problem so food can be generated again. But your ship crashes and now you have to survive on the planet you crashed on. What's weird is that when you're roaming the empty planet with all the abandoned buildings in it, it has the same energy as many of the popular Source games with its creepy nature and knowledge that you aren't completely alone with robots that are out to kill you. It's the feeling of isolation that people talk about with Gmod. But the difference between an empty Gmod level and the empty Scrap Mechanic world is the fact that the atmosphere works really well with the game. You can tell pretty quickly that the world used to be inhabited by humans with amazing technology, which makes it all the more creepy to know they were forced out by robots that turned on their creators. It's very surprising to see how easy it is to understand what happened to the world before you arrived. Without ever reading any dialogue, without a single cutscene, you know what happened to the world. Okay, that's all I have to say about the lore. I wasn't expecting to have so much to say about it. I want to talk about the game engine and the glitches. I'm not super educated on the popular glitches for this game, but I do know some. The thing about the glitches in this game is that they typically aren't annoying. They're mostly useful, like the stabilization glitch that makes any flying creation, or even grounded ones, stay on a fixed axis, or the suspension steering glitch that lets you steer vehicles with precise and tight turning, or the fact that pistons don't collide. What's amazing about these glitches is the fact that talented people in the community have done a great job taking them as far as they could, pushing the game to its limits, doing things even the devs didn't know were possible. It's weird how this random indie game formed such a small yet dedicated community. There's so many things to do in this game, it is unreal. Even before there was a survival mode, I still managed to squeeze a lot of fun out of this game. My favorite memories of this game are the ones when I would just screw around, building rockets and giant machines, or cars that could shoot across the map in seconds, or attempting to build a plane. It never worked though. For some reason, planes were pretty much impossible without a glitch or mod. So if you have any interest in playing this game at all, then I highly recommend getting it. I'm sure you won't regret it.